Like a good conditioning coach, I better start my timer. And thanks very much for coming along. I really appreciate it because I see a lot of logos from very far away. And I see a good few people who are doing master's courses all day today and continuing into the evening. So, and some very experienced people all mixed up. So I really appreciate that. And in the spirit of networking, you may or may not want to take me card, but if I can help in any way, if you have a question after this event, because I want to make sure it's worthwhile, please do throw me an email. And I've all these folders over the years of all the different areas, fitness testing and screening and whatever, and I put interesting stuff into the folders, and they've got very big so far. So whatever about me giving information, I might be able to help something from there that may be of use. In the spirit of networking, and thanks to the Football Federation for coming over here, because you've brilliant events over in the UK, so it's great. It's in Ireland. So myself, I won't waffle on about myself. Rugby in Ireland, soccer as I call it now in England, and currently Setanta. So it is very important qualifications. So I always put these up. I've my basis, I've my UKCA, chartered scientist with the basis. They're important. Experience is important. Having mentors is important, and having a network is important. I won't waffle on about rugby. Currently, I'm doing some very enjoyable things in Setanta with various groups. I won't waffle on about that. I'll focus on Arsenal and everything to do with physical development there and all the things around it. But at the very end, briefly, I don't want this for you to think that this is, that only happens in the Premier League. That's very aspirational. No, we're doing almost everything I'm talking about in a little Gaelic Games club in Cork, in Bishopstown. We're doing everything I talk about here in the young development squads in Galway. Everything I talk about can be, without the big £1 million facilities, done anywhere. So, Arsenal Academy 2012-2021, yeah, there was a position advertised. The motivation around the position to build a science and medicine team was driven by these people, very clever people. And they knew they had to improve in that area, in science and medicine. They knew that there was reasonable amount of injuries. There was a history of players coming through like Jack Wilshere, who had a challenging career with injuries, and they wanted to improve things. They wanted to lay a foundation. So very clever, driven by Colin Lewin, I must say. Clever physio. And they, with Alistair Trush there, were keeping their injury audits pre-2012. And you can see there was a lot of days lost. And that's not nice for young footballers in nasty injuries like par stress fractures, ACLs, shin splints, muscle injuries, and so on. So they wanted to try and improve that. And they knew this was the physios in red and conditioners in blue at the time. So it wasn't many, and there's about 200 and odd players. And Adam Kerr's doing great work in Leeds now. Jordan Rees is the first team physio in Arsenal now. So fast forward, 2023, I still pop over there every 6 months, or a bit more regular than that. But after, by no coincidence, I don't think, after the athletic development was introduced, look at these nasty injuries, they dropped down fairly significantly. Now, you might say, geez, did you train at all, Des? and could they win the match? We didn't win too many matches, actually, but people working together, planning, readiness to train, coaches, physios, conditioners, yeah, there was a system put in place, and that did help with those nasty injuries. And it was particularly fortunate. Now, it didn't stay like that, and it doesn't stay that low, but it was much lower. So more time playing football, more time developing, ideal. And that doesn't come easily. So all these people were put in place in terms of sports science and sports medicine. And this is just one glimpse around 2020. And in red is the physios, in pink is the doctors, nutritionists in green, sports science, strength conditioning in blue, and psychology in orange, and Des in yellow. So good investment by the club, clever investment. And it was up to me to show them the benefits of that. It was up to me to create a good team environment, to implement what was implemented. And the good thing is, it developed players. Because if it didn't develop players, it would have been looked on as a failure and a waste of time. And